All right, here we are. We are here today for the fabled Mario Kart World ranking stream. We recently did a stream where we ranked every single Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track, DLC included, on one tier list. And so today I decided that it would be best if we next tackled Mario Kart World. I've been actually pretty excited for this video because I've been having a lot of fun with Mario Kart World, but mainly I've been struggling to find out which track in the game is like my definitive favorite. I feel like it's Rainbow Road right now because I really like that, but I feel like that's a bit basic. I want to get another track that I'm like, that's my favorite. That's my Berlin byways of Mario Kart World, you know? And so let's take a moment to look back at the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list. Here it is. I just realized I need to stream for games. Hold on. I'm fucking it up. I need to do better. All right, here it is. As James can tell you, as we all remember, here it is, our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list. We decided that the best track in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was Wario's Gold Mine, and the worst one was 8 Bow Road, the only F tier in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe provided a lot more content, considering it had like 96, I think, tracks. Or I think, let me look this up. How many tracks does MK8D have? It has 96 tracks with the booster course. Mario Kart World has a third of that at only 32 tracks. But I mean, the world is huge, and I feel like we're going to get a little more conversation out of it, considering we're not just ranking a single track, but I feel like we're also going to kind of rank the area itself in terms of like exploration and whatnot. So here we have, I need to switch over. Here is our empty Mario Kart World track. Here are all of the tracks that we're going to be talking about today, with a spoiler-free Rainbow Road, luckily, for everyone watching. If you want to see... Well, obviously, we're going to race on Rainbow Road, but, like, I think for those this is their first time watching, want to be spoiler-free, I think it's best to go into Rainbow Road not knowing what it looks like, because, man, it blew me away when I saw it for the first time. I feel like that's really all I have to say. So with like that, let's get into Mario Kart World. Jimmy, how much World have you been playing as of late?
Not as much.
I've already played. I checked earlier. I checked my Switch playtime. It says I've played already 30 hours of World.
And
You've played 10?
it says 10 or more.
I did promise Broadsword last time. I'll wait for Broadsword to get here. That I'll play Luigi. It's gonna go with my main for now. There we go. Didn't you say you had like an idea of which track was your favorite?
Not really.
We're gonna do 150cc. Normal items, we're gonna do normal difficulty computers. Mainly because they can be like pretty challenging to deal with. And I've played a lot. I don't know if Jimmy's ready for hard mode. Obviously 1 minute intermissions. Because, I don't know if we should do intermissions. I guess we don't really have a choice. I'm not being given the choice here. 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I mean, actually wait, that probably should be longer.
Yeah, we'll just choose, because we can choose whatever tracks we want by hitting plus sign here. So just choose tracks that aren't connected to each other.
Intermission is the time between choosing races, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, so that should probably be a bit longer.
I fucked it up. All right, I have a solution. You want to see what the solution is?
Yeah. Ah, damn.
It was.
Never
I know
considered that.
it's a novel idea. Absolutely insane. No one would have thought about that. I thought the intermission was referring to the intermission tracks.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think. How would that work?
I don't know. It chooses a longer path or something. To be fair, how could it be 10 seconds?
Yeah, yeah.
Look, don't laugh at me. I'm sensitive. Come on, buddy. I got a fragile heart. I'm over here chewing ice. It's bad for my teeth. I don't care. I shouldn't be doing it, but I want to. All right, 150 CC, no teams, normal items, normal difficulty. 32 races. 5 minutes on intermission.
Yeah, that's enough time. That's enough time.
Yeah. All right. Hit plus. We're gonna go first to the first track. I'd say is Mario Bros. Circuit. After 30 hours in Mario Kart World, I'm definitely gonna do an overview video, like not just of the Switch 2, but of Mario Kart World. I've been having so much fun with this game. I liked 8, but God, this game is just like on an entirely other level compared to 8 to me. I feel like it's much better. Though I would say like as a overall like competitive racing game, like if you were looking for something like that, I would say go for 8. But like this game just feels so much more fun and lively than 8 does. Nothing to add there, buddy.
I mean, yeah,
You're the one telling me that we got to be funnier on stream, and bro's not saying anything. He's dead quiet.
I'm just saying we gotta less funny person. Gotta save the funny juice.
Yeah, but you're not using the funny juice.
I mean, that was just kind of comments on the game, sort of bring funny in.
I don't know. You're just generally quiet. I feel like...
And I like this.
I like Mario Circuit here. It's definitely the most unique Mario Circuit we've ever gotten, considering, you know, the setting. Like most other Mario Circuits, it's pretty, like, predictable what you'll get in those versions. But, like, in this one, I really like the, like, canyon vibe. I don't know what to say, what to call it.
Canyon. I mean, it's
no, a bat.
Minecraft.
Yeah, but that's but that's not like the actual scientific terminology for this.
Mesa.
A mesa, I guess. It feels nice, and the colors, like they feel unexpectedly vibrant too for an area like this. I don't really know what else to say. I like it. I think that this is like a really good starting track for this game.
Yeah, I do think it's pretty.
I feel like another question would be because the other like most unique Mario circuit. Actually, well, those are Mario Bros. Circuit. I think it is. But still, like I think this is a lot better than 8's, honestly. You know?
This is Mario. This is a Mario Bros. Circuit.
Oh, I thought it was Mario Circuit. Also, that was a rather silly move of me towards the end. All right, getting into the ranking. What are we feeling on Mario Bros. Circuit here? Because I'm kind of feeling it's like an A track. I feel like a tier track. I feel like it's a really solid track to like start the game out with. It introduces the concept of rails, like really well because it has those like little tiny rail segments that you can go on. Though it doesn't really introduce anything else that the game has, like the wall grinding or anything like that. And I don't feel like it lends itself as well to like ground tricking because it's kind of hard to ground trick, considering you got to be going in a straight line, and most of this time you're drifting, and so you turn your joystick even to the side a little bit, and you're not going to ground trick. You're going to go into a drift. I don't think this is. What were you gonna say?
It has like one like wall trick at the end if you take like the like side route.
I guess, yeah.
Back, you can. But, like, yeah, I get what you mean.
I think it's like a low A tier, if anything. You know?
Yeah.
Is that harsh? Is that too harsh?
No, I don't think it's an S tier.
It's definitely not an S tier track, but I think it's a definite A tier. So back to the game. Oh god, that might have been too much time. I can I can change the rules. I can change the rules. Okay, there we go.
I don't know if 1 minute's enough though.
No, that's for us to decide, I think.
But no, it's the time between when the race ends and when we start deciding for.
I guess. Well, we'll fix it. We'll fix it next time then. I think the next
like
one
that.
we should go for. What do you think? Whistletop Summit or Crown City?
Let's go in order. So, Whistletop.
It just chose Crown City for me. I guess I guess the game wanted us to go there. How do you feel about how the game handles? About how it feels? How it feels to drive in World?
Yeah.
It took some real getting used to for me. Also, I see you're using the desecrated corpse of Rob there.
Yeah, it's what he would have wanted.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be in the next Smash game. I'm kind of worried. It's just gonna be Ultimate, but Rob is gone. That's gonna be the next Smash game. Like the next roster. I don't know. Why did you? You're the one writing it. Bro's literally writing his corpse and is like, who would do this? Why would they do this? How could someone do this?
Okay,
my brother in Christ.
Corpse for a long time.
You're the one who did this. You're the monster who did this. You have no proof of that.
You don't have any proof that I did?
I suppose I don't, but you are literally writing his corpse. Oh fuck, I fell off. Guys, I'm washed. I actually fell off. I do wonder how like the next Mario Kart game is going to stack up against World. Like that's not going to come out for a long while, I think, but still, like it's like how do you go from here? I feel like the next logical leap would just be to do a World style game, but with every single track from the Mario Kart series in it. I feel like that might be a bit difficult, but
yeah, I don't.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Are you ending there?
Are you disappointed with the like how this game has only a third of the track choices as 8 Deluxe? I mean,
not really.
I would say that the open world makes up for it, except I haven't really played free roam much. I've just been wanting to race, and like 30 hours in, you do definitely kind of feel it a little bit. The fact that, you know, there's only 32 of these tracks, and they start to, like, repeat pretty fast once you get into it. I do wish there was a little more. But, I mean, I'm sure it won't take them that long to, like, release DLC for this game. All right, change before we go talk about change roles. Yeah, it's only between 1 minute and 5 minutes. So, I don't know. How are we feeling?
The time down.
How are we feeling, Crown City?
I think it's like a B.
You think it's a B? I can kind of agree. I mean, it's definitely one of the better looking city tracks, I think. Especially, like, it's the best looking a city track has really felt in any Mario Kart game, but I feel like that's less because it's a good looking track in its own right, and more just because the game overall is really good.
Yeah.
So I think I can agree to Crown City being like a B tier track.
And I'd like it if it's a little more structured. Like,
what do you mean by that?
You know, it's not. It's like, because it's not fully like 3 laps, but it also isn't fully like a sloping track like Mount Wario. Kind of repeats some of it, but like, I don't know.
I guess. I think B is a fair placement. We'll go over some of these again towards the end, though. Like when we reorganize them into an actual track order. And I guess now we're going to either Whistle Top Summit or I forgot what that Desert Oasis, I think it was.
Yes, we go.
Desert Hills is what it was.
Desert Hill.
A lot of people fucking hated this track. I saw that people were really unhappy to see this track return.
Oh wait, no, get out. We're doing
it's fine.
An
it's
intermission.
Fine. Nobody wants to see that much of Desert Ruins anyway.
Fair.
Alright, fine.
I mean, it certainly seems like, I don't know, like some tracks.
I'm gonna need you to watch your Switch and tell me if we're close to like choosing. You gotta be my guy. You gotta be my eyes on the Switch because I can't see my screen here. Change.
Okay, where are we going?
We're going to Desert Hills. But yeah, I mean, I just heard that a lot of people were really unhappy about this one being the one to come back, and apparently, like, there was a better desert track that could have come back. I think it was a Wii track. I think it was Yoshi's Desert. I don't remember the name, but like, every time I heard people talking about Mario Kart World, and they were talking about Desert Ruins, I've never heard anything positive said about this track, like, whatsoever. And I guess I kind of get it. I don't feel like there's a lot to this track, you know? Especially, it feels pretty short, I'd say. And there's like...
I'm not...
Like, there are some, like, longer tracks and shorter tracks in this game, and I feel like if you're playing with the intermission tracks, like, it's not as bad that it's short because it's more of the last lap, really. And so it's kind of excusable, but if you just are playing it like this all 3 laps, like, damn.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see.
Are we thinking like a C tier on this track so far? I don't think it's quite
maybe.
D or F. I don't think it's quite an unforgivable track. Although I am kind of understanding like an argument that could be made for like D, just in the fact of it is kind of a bland track. There's not a lot here. Like, you just go into this little, like, desert pit for, like, a few seconds, and then go down this windy pathway, and then you're at the finish line. And damn you, Luigi, don't push me out of the way like that. This doesn't feel like there's a lot here. Especially when you have tracks like Shy Guy Bazaar, which do a lot with, like, what they're given. And I understand how this can be seen as kind of a letdown, because, like, there's not a lot to this part right here. Like, visually, it's kind of uninteresting. And it's kind of the same with this upcoming, like, this part right here. the most interesting part of this track, realistically, is here. And even then, I don't feel like there's a lot to offer there. Like, you could have had us racing through the entire, like, this little oasis here. And you could have done a lot more with that, I feel. But it just kind of feels like a bit of a letdown in that regard. Do you think a D?
Yeah, D.
We have our, like, lowest, I feel like our first, like, kind of disappointing track. Oh, I was thinking of Far Away Oasis. Desert Hills is a solid D. D for DS and D for Desert. So, I don't know, maybe if we look around in free roam, there'll be, like, a little more here, but I've driven around a tiny amount here, and I just don't feel like there's a lot to, like, look at or for this track to really offer. Even here. Oh, is that a Peach medallion?
Peach medallion.
Wow, I got a Koopa sticker.
I got a.
I mean, I like the current sticker I have.
Actually, like.
Oh, sure.
Okay, this bit up here is kind of interesting. So, like, go drive on it.
Hold on. Trying to get up there. There's no, like, alternate route or path that you can take during the race. You could. You could go from.
No, there.
Yeah, you could turn here. All right.
I don't think that's there during the race. They do
changing tracks. Do you want to go to Shy Guy Bazaar or Whistletop Summit?
Whistletops.
All right. Well, let's head there. Going to. I kind of like Whistletop Summit. I like how much it utilizes the whole, like, rail grinding thing. And because of that, I feel like it's lending itself a little more to, like, tricks and, like, shortcuts.
Yeah, I do see.
Though, admittedly, this one also feels surprisingly short.
It might just. I mean, that might just be because. That might be more because, like, we may play it as, like, part of an intermission, and some of them, like, some of the intermissions, I will say, like, the actual, like, main track portion is quite shorter than it would be normally.
I guess, but, like, we're already about to, like, come up to the ending part here. What place are you in?
7.
Jesus, what happened to you?
Mario.
And no Mario Kart experience. So, like, grinding this rail and then, like, jumping here. Like, I don't know, I like the little shortcuts like that. And I'm sure there's even more, like, shortcuts and tricks to be had and made racing on this track. But I don't feel like there's as much else there's, like, much else to say about this track. Like, yeah, it's a really good, really solid track, and I feel like it kind of ends there in a way. I tried to jump on the wall and I failed miserably. I think it has a kind of, like, interesting aesthetic, especially, like, with the train here. I like the look of the, like, train yard here with all of the, like, you know, the red painted bridges and the, like, brick and the way that it's, like, built into the mountain.
Nicest.
The train reminds me, takes me back to my childhood. But I feel like, again, I feel like it's a bit short. Who did that? Gimme.
They're a bit vulnerable on those rails to shells. Shells can hop on them.
Oh.
Game didn't want you to win. Game didn't want you to win. What
I was
can I say?
trying to draft off of you. All right, I honestly think this is kind of a B tier track, though. I don't feel like it's quite A.
I suppose.
I feel like it's a high B or low A. Are you willing for like low A?
Sure.
All right, going over. Here we have where is it? Oh, Crown City Night is counted here as a different track.
Mistletoe Sign.
Yeah, I think it's I guess an argument can be made for A tier. Let's go back. I don't know how we're gonna do Crown City Night because I don't think this lets us choose specifically like the time of day. I think the only way is to go back to the normal free because I know it's a part of that.
Might just be the touring version. I don't know.
Because I know, yeah, it appears in 2 cups, and you play on and you drive through different segments of the city, or like you drive in different ways, different paths. I would say something that kind of annoys me is it's a bit unclear in this game. Let's go to Shy Guy Bazaar. I kind of have been a bit excited to. I've been a bit excited to do Shy Guy Bazaar because I mentioned before that I was never really that crazy about Shy Guy Bazaar. I played 7. I've played Shy Guy Bazaar in Mario Kart 7, and I was never really that blown away by it. I was always kind of like, oh, it's Shy Guy Bazaar. That's neat, I guess. Like it looked okay. It looked good, I guess. But I don't know. I just was never really that into it. But like, I think they really did a pretty good job with it here. The way that you're like racing in and out of the stalls feels a little clearer than it was in 7. That was what was happening. And especially if you're like in a pack with other racers, like it feels a little more hectic than it would otherwise. I feel like, oh my gosh. This is one of those tracks that really lends themselves well to the chaoticness of Mario Kart World. And especially at night, it looks really, really good. What's a track? I think I've asked, what's a track that you would like to see come back in Mario Kart World, and you would like to see how they would handle it now?
I mean, it's gonna sound basic, but kind of Coconut Mall.
How the fuck did I know you were going to say that?
I'm just saying, like, I think it's a track that they could be really creative with how they introduce.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I kind of always thought that Coconut Mall should have just been in Crown City. Like, I'm kind of disappointed that Coconut Mall isn't, like, already part of Crown City. Especially because if you did that, then instead of just having Crown City Day in one cup and then having Crown City again, but at night in a second cup, you could have Crown City in one cup, and then you could have Coconut Mall in the second cup, you know? And it's a bit disappointing because, like, as much as I expressed my feelings on Coconut Mall last time we talked about it in this format of video, I will admit, like, even I couldn't deny, like, it's a good track overall. And it's certainly a fan favorite track, that's for sure. So to see it not return, like, that's a bit surprising. So hopefully if they do DLC, it will. Oh, that was what was after me.
I mean, the main like the main like Wii tracks they brought into this one, ones that were kind of like left out of.
Yeah, I guess.
Toad's Factory.
And Toad's Factory, we'll get to that. Like, they did a really good job with Toad's Factory, I think. Especially, like, in terms of the free roam. It looked great. Damn, I missed all of my shots. I threw away my shot. I think Shy Guy Bazaar is honestly a very solid A-tier track, though. I like the winds and the twists and turns. They can be a bit challenging, but not too frustrating. And I like just all of the stalls and like all of that stuff. I think this is a very solid A-tier track that we've got on our hands here. So I think it's 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar. I am surprised at a lot of the turnarounds in this game. There are some tracks I wasn't the biggest fan of that this game just really turned around for me. But also on top of that, going into free roam and going back into Strike Guy Bazaar, like it's just like really cool to explore this palace here in free roam, and it's just like a cool feeling because I think there's another like cup where you're exploring it at night, and that looks even better. It looks even more like vibrant and better during the night than it does during the day.
Yeah, I do like it. I like this locale.
Yeah.
Going for a more like modern track for the like add to world, maybe like Ninja Hideaway.
I think, God, it's hard to think of like what is an 8. Like I'm trying to think of like, okay, now we'll go to DK Space Station, Spaceport. Trying to think what is a track I would have actually liked to see return from 8 specifically, and a track that was introduced in 8 that I would like to see return. It's kind of hard because I forget which tracks were introduced in 8. Hold on.
I don't know, Mount
Mario
Wario.
Kart. Oh yeah, how could I forget about Mount Wario? Because that was something we were talking about even in the last video, that we were really disappointed that Mount Wario wasn't going to make a return. I also think that Sunshine Airport and Toad Harbor would be pretty good tracks to make a comeback, you know? Grumble Volcano, maybe. I would have loved to see another version of 8's Bowser Castle, considering it's one of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And now, looking at this track, how do I put this? I feel like I shouldn't like this track, because if you think about it, what is this track other than a bunch of chained together Excite bikes? In terms of layout, it's nothing like Excite Bike, to be honest. And then the biggest thing that like makes it not like Excite Bike is just the fact that the barrels, the obstacle that they pose and whatnot, and the different like jumps and layouts and everything, as in like the wall riding and stuff, that definitely separates it from something like Excite Bike. But still, I get if you just look at the mini map, I'm like, that's kind of Excite Bike and like Baby Park and like all of those maps, those tracks with a lot of straightaways. But I think what makes this track so much more charming is the allusion to the original Donkey Kong arcade game, you know?
Yeah, I like this. I like this track on just its concept alone. I mean, I think it's a really good track just to play on too. Like,
but also the fact that they took the concept of like a spaceport and the like walking up to the part where the spaceship like is, and they made it this, and I find that like really creative. Even if the giant DKs piss me off sometimes.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
Whenever a thunder is used, it makes the surrounding sky cloudy.
It makes
and
it rain.
start to rain. Yeah. Didn't notice that.
Yeah, no, we saw that in like the trailers.
Oh,
and because I was under like a ceiling, a roof, I didn't get struck. Do we think this track is quite S tier though?
I don't know. I think it's A. I wouldn't say yes.
I think it would. I wouldn't say it's an S tier. I would say it's like a high A tier track. I think it sets out to do something, and I think it does it really well. And I think DK Spaceport is like a really solid track. I'm trying to find it here. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Putting it in A tier. We'll go through and reorganize these. I just realized I'm putting these out of order of like how we played them. So we're gonna go back through at the end of the stream like we did last time and reorganize them into like a specific order in their own tiers. Also, as you asked, who gave DK a space company? Who gave him a spaceport? And why are there giant DK robots? That doesn't seem safe.
To be topical, it seems like it's just anyone can get a space company nowadays.
Fair. Koopa Troopa Beach. This track is so short. But it does that thing where just because of how short it is, it has the multiple laps. I like this track a decent amount. I think it's a pretty decent track. I like the music. I think it looks pretty. It looks really nice. Also, I just realized we're tied.
Then we are.
But I think it's an interesting way to take an NES track or like an original Mario Kart track and just like give it a little bit of new life, you know?
I believe this was a 6 track.
It's an old track though, and that's what I mean is like I'm referring to like because of the way that older Mario Kart like track layouts were and the mini maps looked. It's definitely like the way that it is because of that. What you get for trying to draft me?
I didn't get hit.
Oh, you did on my screen.
Oh well,
I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel about this track?
I mean, I don't hate it.
Like, I think it's a
little
solid
basic
C
for
tier.
me. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a pretty decent track. It's not a bad track. I wouldn't say like I think in like B or C tier. It's an okay. It's a decent track.
I'd put it. I mean, yeah, I think it says something, but they have to make it 5 laps instead of 3 to make it feel like the length of a normal track.
I mean, that's just they did that with Baby Park. Was like the first track they did anything like that with, really.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't say having the qualities of Baby Park is very well to its track.
Okay, but to that I'd say if you're playing on like hard mode or you're playing online, I feel like this track will get very frantic. We're playing with normal computers, and so they're not going to use their items a lot, and it's not going to get as hectic. But I feel like if you're playing on like hard mode, this track could get a little hectic in terms of like items and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not saying it couldn't use the 5 laps. It's just like it's a very short track. Feel basic. I'd say like C. It isn't egregious though, so like C. I'd say.
So it's not Baby Park egregious?
Where did we put Baby Park?
I guess this is where we go back to look at the original tier list. I think Baby Park was in D tier. Yeah, it's in D tier. It's in high D, low but high D, just under C tier.
Yeah. I mean, I wish
Like,
he kind
I
of
think
utilized
that-
some of that like upper section.
Yeah, I do think though that this is one of the other like really good tracks to just explore in free roam.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this, but the food has 3 tiers. You have,
yeah, it does.
and depending on the tier of food you get, it depends on like how long that changes how long the mini turbo you get is. And so like the biggest tier where you get like 3 of whatever the item is, that gives you. Sorry, I locked in because I saw a block, a question mark block, a panel. That's what it's called. But like, it can give you, if you get the 3-piece one, it gives you like 3 seconds, just over 3 seconds, 3 point something seconds of a boost. All right, next track. Let's go on to the next area. Dino Jungle. How do you feel about Dino Jungle?
I think it's.
I think so too, but I feel like I had a little higher expectations for it, you know?
Yeah. With how they use it in the trailers, I understand that. But like, it's a definite improvement over its Yes.
It was introduced in Double Dash.
Oh, double.
I'm pretty sure it was introduced in Double Dash, or it might be Wii. I don't know. We are not Mario Kart experts. We really got into the series with 8 Deluxe. But I like that you can actually use the dinosaurs as ramps and that they make it so that you can use this dinosaur here as like a rail. I just think like that's a pretty cool utilization of them. And also just the concept of basically a Jurassic Park in Mario is kind of cool to me, honestly. Though I've talked to you about this, it is a bit weird to me how inconsistent the look of dinosaurs in Mario is, because you have the hyper-realistic T-Rex in Odyssey, and then these are just like cartoonish-ass Mario dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd.
I suppose, but like, I think the dinosaurs.
I'm not saying they don't. I just find it a bit funny to go from Odyssey's T-Rex to like the ones in this track. I mean, to be fair, these are more accurate to how dinosaurs have always looked in Mario, as like Mario's series, because you know Yoshi was the original. T. Yoshisaur Munchakoopas is, I believe, his scientific name. What? Did you see that? That feels like I should have absolutely been able to take that skip. What the fuck, Lakitu? I kind of want to deduct a point for not being able to take that skip, because that's such a letdown. I had a feather. I felt like I should have been allowed to just jump over that fence there.
I don't know. I didn't.
I'll like in free roam, I'll show you the fence like I jumped over with the feather, or like you're about to approach it. I feel like the guys can be a little more disruptive than helpful.
The free roam. I do think this is one of the better like free roam like tracks, because it just has that whole like biome above it that you can explore.
Yeah, oh man,
the
inability to take that skip kind of annoyed me. I think this is an A tier track. Honestly, I'd give it S tier if I just could take that fucking skip. Oh my god. Nintendo, in an update, please fix that. I could have won that race if I got that skip, but that's not the main reason I'm upset. That's just I should have been able to take that. A tier track though. We're gonna need to be a little harsher, honestly, because there's already a lot of A tiers.
Yeah. And we might have to read. This game just has a lot of good stuff in it.
Okay, so look at my stream. Because I'm streaming it on Discord too. This... I'm going back to the wall. Or I guess you could follow me in world. I tried to use a feather to jump over this fence right here. So I was coming in here. I used a feather to jump over this part, and then Lakitu just stopped me. Looking at it now, I guess I get it. It looks kind of wide. No, there's no other fence there. I could have absolutely taken that and then like jumped over that and continued driving. That's BS. I feel like I was about to mention it earlier. Let's do Great Question Mark Block Ruins. This I'm pretty sure I pointed out to James. I pointed out that I think this is a Mario Wonder track, because it reminds me a lot of it reminds me of like those levels in Wonder where you had to like find the hidden Wonder Seeds to get the Wonder Flower. And I like that if it is that a reference to that, because I like it when Mario Kart references the main games, you know? And like World just came out, and it was really fun. It was really good. I played that one with Sammy. I've also seen some of the craziest tricks done on this track specifically.
Yeah. I mean, that's not like the main tech I see that people are just like just figuring out, is like all the things that you can like just collide with and trick on to get airtime.
Yeah.
Like I'll try it right here. I did not work. I did not.
Bro is not skilled enough. Bro is washed.
Yeah, I ain't sure.
The way I'm doing it doesn't even make it shorter. I think it's just for the style points. It's just for the aura. I think that this is like one of the most unique aesthetics, honestly, though, as like a track. And I like that it takes you up into the sky, and that to get up here from an intermission segment, you have to like ride up a waterfall that just goes all the way up into the sky, you know? I find that to be really cool. And I failed that miserably. I'm in 11th place. I need to lock the fuck in.
I did it.
You did the skip?
And then I got hit. Yeah, but I got hit by a boomerang afterwards. But
Hit record
cool.
right now.
Wrong button. Hit.
How do you hit the wrong button? It's on the it's the only button on the left Joy-Con.
I may have faxed it.
Oh.
I'm not very smart.
It is the only like special feature button on the left Joy-Con. I understand mixing up the C button and the home button because they're like right next to each other. It's the only button on that Joy-Con.
I'm a silly Billy.
You're too silly. You need to lock the fuck in. You think life a game. You're playing too much.
Yeah, I'm playing Mario Kart World. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. I never noticed that.
What?
If you're like in free roam or someone else is racing, it'll show like your ghost racing the track, and it'll say, "I'm here."
Golden Freddy? Oh wait, no, he says it's me. I think that's... God, I want to be harsher. We have too many tracks in A. I honestly do think this one is an S tier track, though. Has a lot of like tricking opportunities.
Yeah.
It's very unique in design, and the fact that it takes place entirely within the sky. I think this is like our first S tier track.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I just need to get better at playing on it.
Yeah, we need to lock in.
Oh, so that's what it looks like when someone rewinds in front of you. I was practicing the other day trying to learn this one shortcut. Well.
Yeah, you kind
well,
what I've been told is... Yeah.
At least I'll go down in style. This is taking a while.
What I've seen is the best way to get to that rail is to, instead of tricking off the like ramp at the end, you charge up a jump boost.
A ground trick?
And then release that. Yeah. And then release that as you like fall.
Respect shortcut. Use the coin. Use the term he coined. But yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Okay. I think this is a really cool way to take you to the track.
Okay, I want to see this later. It seems really funny when you just start rewinding up to the sky.
Or Faraway Oasis.
Let's go to Peach.
This is a Wii original track, I'm pretty sure. Also, fuck. I was still going. I fell off again. You know what? Let's just do this.
No, I believe it was.
Fuck gravity.
It wasn't Wii, but I believe there was a track before it, a game before it that had Peach too.
Which game did Peach come out in? Oh, in Double Dash.
Yeah,
so this is a Double Dash original. Okay, because I remember mainly playing it in Wii.
I mean, it seems to also have a lot of its own elements.
I always fucking hated the Cataquacks, dude.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm just gonna waste my star here just to do this. Fuck that Cataquack. Okay, I got another one.
Feel about the text that appears on certain items.
Text?
Like
the onomatopoeias.
Yeah, I suppose that's.
I guess what they are. It's a word that is meant to describe like a sound.
I know what an onomatopoeia.
I would hope you do.
Yeah, I graduated.
Yeah, just barely though. You know, you got held back 4 grades. It was devastating, man. I know it was, but you worked really hard and you got there eventually.
I can never, like, forget that that ending.
You had fun with those fireballs, buddy?
I didn't use.
Oh,
That wasn't me.
I seem to blame you a lot
We
for my
both-
misfortunes.
Yeah,
I didn't know that you got wiped out by those.
I didn't.
I mean, not wiped
wasn't the
out,
one
but
who
like
used them.
spun out.
Oh,
I like
boxes?
that new I like that like new not intersection. I like that new section where you go up that like little villa. It's like
Yeah.
it's really unique. I think it's a nice like new addition that kind of really separates this version of Peach Beach from any other version that we've seen previously of it. I think we need less A tiers. I think this is
I
an A
think
tier
it's-
track.
I feel B.
I think it's A because of what it adds. Like, why do you think it's B and not A?
It's a good track. It just kind of like. I feel like tracks like Shy Guy Bazaar and other ones they have like a lot more like tricking opportunity and like things you can on them.
You can trick off the buildings in that segment.
Yeah, I know, but that's like kind of it.
I don't know. High B?
Yeah, high B.
Alright, where is it? Peach Beach, here it goes. We'll go back when we reorganize them and put that one in high B tier. I will say, I wonder what's going to happen to all the cow mains when Funky Kong comes back in the inevitably. Will he reclaim his crown?
Perhaps.
Let's go to Faraway Oasis. I'm going to say straight up, I think this is kind of a C tier track. I find it kind of boring. Like, the animals are a nice detail. They're a nice touch. Especially, I'm playing on the Pro Controller, too. And I think it's really cool with the HD Rumble. You feel, like, every, like, clomp of their hooves. I'm honestly glad that the track layouts for new tracks wasn't that boring or disappointing, because I was worried with how cool like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's track layouts were, that the tracks introduced in this game might become a little bland without the 0G feature. You know?
I mean, they've kind of kept it. They just like don't really like mark it, and they don't do the like. There are like certainly tracks in this where you'll be going up like a amount of degree that would not normally be possible. I think definitely Rainbow Road makes use of it quite a bit.
I also, though, wish they had kept this. I don't feel like there was any real reason to remove 0G as a feature. And I feel like 0G is one thing that, like, added a lot of, like, kind of strategy to 8, you know? Because your traction would change in 0G. And then there was the whole thing about, like, bumping into each other, giving a speed boost and whatnot. And in a way, that's kind of like how we, in World, try to stop people from writing our draft. It's like you would have to try and stop people from bumping into you and getting a speed boost from you.
Well, drafting was also a thing in 8.
No, but I'm saying it had that element of drafting. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed that it's gone. Because you, like in World, we've constantly had moments where we're trying to catch someone else's draft or trying to stop someone from catching our draft. And god damn it! And it was very much, I feel like it was very much the same way with 0G sometimes in 8. Though I do understand that some people, like, honestly didn't even notice the 0G when they would play a
Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that, but also I don't really ever remember that, like, really being the case as something, like, we focused on.
That thing is going down the middle. No way am I going there.
I think this track is terrible. It has, like, an amount of tabs.
I suppose.
Yeah, there's a water wave, there's the upper wave, there's several rails. There's this bit with the waterfall is kind of neat with how, like, you have to, like, change the way you drive a bit.
I suppose. I just feel it feels a little dull to me, and I don't know how to explain it. It feels kind of like Desert Hills to me. In that aspect of just, I have similar feelings and vibes towards them. I just am not that crazy about Faraway Oasis.
Okay.
I think it's honestly that the colors are kind of washed out to it for it. You know, it's got those Savannah colors. I'll settle for like a high C tier though. Because it's definitely better than like Koopa Troopa Beach. But like, yeah, I don't get the choice to remove 0G. What do you think of them removing customizable carts?
I don't really hate that.
I like the decision overall because it means they make more unique carts and whatnot. And it makes the meta less, like, confusing for casual players, you know? Hey, wait. Oh, it's the Mario... It's like World Bowser remix. No, I don't want the wave.
No.
Okay, Salty Speedway. I actually kind of like this track. I think it's so cool that the drivers will wave to you. I also think it's cool when you get the giant truck and get to commit a bunch of property. There it is, property damage.
Let me ask you: have you ever found a UFO
In this game?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they exist. I've never seen one. I think they might be only a free roam thing, like the semi trucks and helicopters.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Someone's bullshitting me.
No, I've seen footage of them.
I feel like I'm being fucked with.
I'll show you like real footage after stream. I think it's pretty kind of fucking like strange, but also kind of cool.
Anyways, I like how this track makes use of the waterways and whatnot, and it's very clearly inspired, I think, by Venice, Italy.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking of. I like the aesthetic that this track has. God damn, give me a break.
Oh, speaking of quacks.
Oh, my ops. Fuck. Oh my god! I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you that what just happened after we finish ranking. Or like after we finish this. I fucking, as if I needed more of a reason to hate the Cataquacks. Dude, one just set me into this. No. You need to see what it did to me.
Were you a victim? Were you a victim?
I was set fucking flying by that Cataquack, dude. Fucking asshole.
Oh shit! Wait, I still have a ring.
Bro thought we were done.
Oh, I did.
I wish that the bombs didn't take so long to explode.
Well, it's a proximity. It If you're like right next to it, it will get close. And
I feel like when I throw them, they never pay off. Please, 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 please. Okay, real quick. I'm gonna go into my album, look at my stream on Discord. Look at this shit. Look at this.
praise.
What the fuck
Crazy.
was that? Okay, can we agree that this is an S tier track though? Because I feel like it is. I really like this track.
I don't know if it's S tier.
I feel like it's like a low S tier track.
I guess. Okay.
I love the aesthetic. I like the music. I like just like also the water. I like driving in water in this game a lot. It's a little it's a little more challenging, and I like the like trying the whole thing about like trying to catch waves at the right time. But again, this track is just so beautiful. Don't know if I needed that. I don't know if I really needed Mermaid Birdo in my life, but I mean, I got her.
You know, you can use the adjustable angles. So,
I did not know that.
yeah, if you point it in a direction, throw an item, it'll go in that direction.
I guess
Also, you know,
I should try that.
But
All right. Cheap Cheap Falls or Wario Shipyard?
the Wario ship.
All right. Speaking of tracks that have water physics that I really like. Wow, I wonder where we're going.
Probably Detroit.
Yeah, this is basically what the waters of Detroit look like.
No, these are at least blue.
Fair. Fair. How could I insult Wario Shipyard like that?
I kind of wish it was at night, but
Yeah, it looks much better at night, like much spookier. Honestly surprised that this isn't like a ghost level. As in like there aren't boos or the other like kind of
I mean,
ghost.
kind of what it's based on. The like I think it's a sunken ship from SNES. What's the SNES Mario? Super Mario World?
SNES?
Yeah.
Super Mario World, yes. NES was Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2, Super Mario Bros 3, and then we got, on the SNES, we got Super Mario World. And then that was, like, it until we got new games. And we kept getting new games. Didn't you love the new Soup series? I'll stand by this though. New Super Luigi Bros was actually like probably the best of the new Soup series. It's a lot more challenging than your average New Super Mario Bros game. And because the levels, because the timer is like way cut down, it's a lot more challenging in that regard too. You're like forced to like think about every move you make when you play. I just say that because it's like the least played or talked about New Super Mario Bros. Game. Because according to everyone else, the Year of Luigi was a massive fucking failure, and it makes me sad because Luigi is my boy. He's my guy.
I mean, it doesn't.
What rank are you thinking for this track?
I don't know. Probably something pretty high. I like it.
Like a high A or a low S?
I don't know.
We should probably save S's because there are a few tracks that are like definitive S's. I was thinking, how about high A?
I mean, it does
Or-
feel like the
or
kind
I'm
of
willing-
track.
I'm willing to swap this one out and make Salty Salty Speedway a high A and this one a low S tier. Looking at it, I do feel like this track has a little more to offer than Salty Salty Speedway, you know? In terms of just like layout, aesthetics, everything.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like the kind of track where I'm just too stupid to realize where the shortcuts are.
I lose like track of where we are in the track, honestly.
Like it feels definitely like there's a bunch of like rails and shortcuts and things I'm just not seeing. Yeah. Okay. I can agree to. Yeah. I can agree to that.
Looks way better at night though.
It does. Speaking of it at night.
I guess we'll show while we can. We can show it off at night.
Yeah. All the like cyan torch.
Gold torches. I didn't know this was Minecraft. And also the fact that this entire sign is Wario's face.
To be honest, I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, oh yeah, there's this. I feel like we always forget about this. Do we? Okay, I'm definitely off track now. Off of where the normal track is intended to be.
Also seems like a very interesting fact. Those are fucking dolphins in the ocean.
Are they eating cake by it? I'm sorry, that was a bad reference. I'll go. But I actually do need to go. Go to the restroom. So I'm going to put us on the be right back screen for now, everyone. I'll be right back, so we can continue our ranking stream. Maybe this is a good time, you know, take a water break, stretch, you know, maybe get a snack. I'll be right back, everyone. I'll leave you here with Jimmy. Jimmy, dance for the people, entertain them.
I'm gonna go play Balatro.
Don't.
Why not?
Because by the time I get back, you're still gonna be doing that.
Nah, Balatro. Oh, chat. How's your day been? What you doing? Have you been playing? I don't know. Been sleeping? Sleep's important. You should sleep. At least like 10 hours. Probably not 10 hours. 8 hours. Sleep 8 hours. At least a day. And drink water. Drink plenty of water. That's also important. Also like and subscribe. I know this is Twitch, but do that. You can, I'm sure, figure out a way. So like and subscribe. And hit that bell icon. And also, you know, and drink water and eat at least something. Things important. And I guess brush your teeth. Those are all important. Pay your taxes, maybe, unless you don't. I'm have to. I'm not sure. And I played Balatro. It's a very nice game. A card. Like cards? Sure you like. Yeah, you know what? I'm gets back and I'm just gonna start saying like pastas. Spaghetti, rigatoni, lasagna, pasta, something in pasta, garlic bread, macaroni,
That's an oligarch. Picking a banana. So many better Jacks. There's a lot of Jacks. Why Jack so many? Why did Jack make so much cheese? So many different kinds. Pepper. Colby. Colby. Why does he get a cheese? I think that's a. No, I don't think I've had it. Kind of maggots in maggot cheese. I don't think it. That's like not even. Put it on bake. I've never. I don't know what hypes it. A hard, crunchy. They're kind of like garlic bread, and I do like. That's mainly soft bit, not the crunch. I guess even the soft bits get crunch. Not really. I feel like I've been a while. He back fine. Okay, really? What's taking them so? What team fighting? What battles are happening unseen? No, honestly, I might actually start playing Balatro, but like on my phone. That seems like the best course of action. I'm gonna. I'll narrate what's happening. But Balatro. Deck should I? One. Maybe enough. It was.
So, bro finally admits that it's the right thing to do to pay your taxes.
No, I said it's something we're told. Anyway, should I take Four Fingers as my Joker?
I think you should play the game.
I'm playing on my smartphone.
Mario World on your smartphone.
I'm playing Balatro on my smartphone. I got Four. Oh. I'll keep you guys in touch
I'm
with
opening
how
the room
this-
back up.
Ah, damn. No, Balatro Gaming.
We're gonna go
Not
to
yet.
Cheap Falls next.
I play as Cataclack.
Don't you fucking dare. Did I tell you that Sammy got a Switch too?
No. How'd she get it?
Well, because she's an absolute maniac. When she was here, we were playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? And she didn't like the split screen, and so she's like, she got tired of it, and she's like, I'm just gonna go buy one of those Switch lights. And I was like, Sam, you need like another copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe too. And she's like, okay, I'll buy one. And then I had to talk her down from doing that because I was like, okay, but like the new Mario Kart game is coming out and the Switch 2 is coming out in like 2 weeks. Like, just wait for that. So, I mean, just so she could play with me, she got a Switch 2, a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, and a copy of Mario Kart World. I think she got the bundle.
Wow. And
Her? Or me?
yeah. Her.
Damn. I don't
Honestly,
know.
if it was me,
I just had
I
to...
wouldn't have done shit.
Yes, you would. You got me. You admitted one of the reasons you got me this Switch 2 was just so we could play together.
Oh, I didn't.
You did. You said, because I was like feeling bad about the idea of you spending so much money in it. And you were like, well, I also just want to play it with you.
Also, the plus button can be pressed.
Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry. I was like, it sure can, man. You sure could press that button.
Almost like I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm trying to give you a sign. Things, perhaps.
All right. We're going to Cheap Falls. Oh, you were right about the camera thing, like aiming.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of resists me, so it's kind of hard to do in actual races, I'd say. Cheap Falls pissed me off when I was trying to get 3 stars on every single cup.
Yeah.
But I will stand by this. This is like one of the best, like, what's the word? Shinto, like, just, I think it's Shinto. It's like Shinto shrines and whatnot. But it's like one of the best Shinto designed, like Shinto inspired tracks out there. The aesthetic is so good. I thought like this, like looking at the Tokyo map from 8, and then looking at this, I'm like, this is how you do a Japanese track. And I don't even mean
Those
like
are
like Tokyo.
pagodas.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not even saying that Tokyo had to look like this aesthetic specifically. I'm just like saying how vibrant this one is.
I wasn't saying anything from Tokyo. Those are pagodas. Mainly,
It reminds me of
like
Giant.
tower thing. Well, some shrines are pagodas.
I'm
That's
probably
what
being
the
very
building's
culturally
called.
insensitive. I don't know that much. I'm dumb. Don't think too much on what I say. I'm so dumb that I was actually telling James about this earlier. I've already been spoiled for Deltarune Chapter 4. But I'm so stupid that even after seeing the spoiler, I didn't understand what was happening, so I might as well not have been spoiled. So don't worry, guys. That won't sour my my first playthrough of Deltarune Chapter 4, you know, when we get back into it on part 2. That was a clutch ass jump for me. I feel like it's just the same amount of time to do that than to just go around. Yeah, but don't put too much stock into what I say. I also probably shouldn't be saying that too, though, because everyone's just gonna think I'm an idiot, and they're never gonna take anything that I say seriously.
What's the problem in that?
Fair. You already don't take most things I say seriously. What's wrong? when I say like gives off. The Shinto's a religion. I know it is, but it makes me think of the Shinto shrines and stuff like that. Is what I meant to say.
Classical Japanese architecture.
I remember how
reminds me
long.
of Bowser's Kingdom, Odyssey.
I think that's just because they're based on the same aesthetic and architecture.
I mean, the theme.
I think this is a A-tier track,
It's a
honestly.
music.
Would you say this is A-tier? Or do you think it's B?
Sure. Sure, it's A.
Let's get it up there. Where is it? Cheap Falls. Japan track. This is just Japan track here. The
Wow.
fucking disrespect. I feel like a lot of these are just gonna be A tier because this game is. We need to stop ranking these just based on like. We need to start ranking these off of each other. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop Mario Bros. Circuit to B now.
You can do that.
Also maybe drop Whistle Top maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I said before I thought it was a B tier track. You're the one who said to put it in A.
Well, I was basing that off. I think it's like similar in quality to Mario Bros. State.
Yeah. I don't know. We need to like start ranking these because, like, yeah, all of these tracks are good in comparison to old Mario Kart games. This is an amazing Mario Kart game. We need to rank them more against each other too. All right. Next is DK Pass.
Okay.
This is another track that I was never too excited about in 7, and I'm gonna be completely honest already. My feelings haven't changed that much here. I feel like it's a little bit better here, but I'm still not that crazy about DK Pass. Honestly, the DK the track in 8, you know what I'm talking about, right? The DK track that's like this in 8.
Okay, Summit.
No, this is yeah, DK Summit. I feel like DK Summit is better than this one.
I don't know. I
Like,
don't
because
really
they
like
basically
DK Summit.
They're basically the same thing, and so if you compare them against each other, I feel like DK Summit does what this one sets out to do better.
I don't know.
Like, better than this version? No, but if you were to just rank the two tracks as concepts, you know, I feel like that one's a better and would have been a better track to adapt into Mario Kart World than DK Pass. But also, why the fuck does DK own 2 ski resorts?
Yeah, it's good money. Good money.
Where's he getting the money?
Oh, from his space company, obviously.
That's the first time I've ever pulled a blooper in this game. Wonder if the blooper actually affects how the CPUs drive.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I would hope so. Because if you're in single player and you pull a blooper, like that's like, and it doesn't, that's like the most useless thing ever. I mean, I already think the blooper is kind of a useless ass item to begin with. But I don't know, I just, track's kind of boring to me. I don't feel like there's much to it. And I always felt kind of the same in 7. Whenever I got to this track in 7, I was just... My mindset was more just getting it over with than actually, like, racing on it and having that much fun on it. I feel like pretty obvious that there's just not a lot to say. I'm honestly thinking, like, a C tier with this track. What about you? That's unfortunate. I don't know. You have anything to say about this track and your thoughts on it?
I think it has some... But yeah, I agree.
My way.
I forgot they
No!
put
I secured the win anyway, because I'm... No, please. Oh my god. I like how much closer races in Mario Kart World feel. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't just feel like front running. It feels like actually defending your position is much more challenging than in 8. So, C tier with this one.
Yeah, I can agree.
C tier track. All right. Do you want to go Sky High Sunday next? Or Sky High Sunday or Dandelion Depths?
Oh,
That track kind of disappointed me. And honestly, I'm going to say right now, I think that track is more of a D tier track. Like, I want to like it more, especially because it's very clear that it's based off Steam Gardens from Mario Odyssey. Off the Wooded Kingdom. But it's just, like, I don't know. It just doesn't have much to me. As you're not even on a lot of the, like, railing, like, iron part for long in that track. And I just, like, yeah, the, like water cave below is, like, it looks good. I should probably be saving this for when we get to the track, but it's just like, eh.
The DK pass definitely feels a bit better in free foam. Like the additional tabs you like more stuff there is. But
Yeah, I should have prefaced our criteria as basically the same as last time. We are not really taking... Like, I feel like a part of me wants to take the free roam into account, but a part of me is like, no, we're more just ranking them as tracks. Also, look at the Foog I'm holding. I like how, because this is the singular one, he just looks so alone there. I'm gonna eat him.
Yeah. What happened? What happened to his?
I ate the rest of them.
Oh, you can't do.
They were yummy. Yeah, I feel a little disappointed in this track. It just feels a bit abruptly short in a way. Doesn't feel like there's a lot to this track. And then you're like not really on that. I don't feel like you're on that section with the like iron parts and grates really long. You definitely are looking at it now. But it just, it's just the feeling. It's the vibe, man. The vibes just don't fit it. Don't feel like they are, like you are on them much at all. They do a really cool trick here once, though. I also don't know if we got a Steam Gardens remix. If not, that makes me kind of sad. What are you feeling on this one?
Like it.
I really want to put this one in C. I honestly just feel like it's a little too short, honestly. I wish you explored more of that underwater cave area. I feel like a lot of the tracks here feel surprisingly short. Maybe that's why there's no 200cc, because they would feel even shorter in there.
I mean, some are definitely feel like they're trying more to be played as part of it.
Yeah, this is probably one of those tracks.
I don't know, I would say kind of a fault.
Yeah. I feel like the only reason we're not ranking the intermission is like that's too hard to really do because they're not on the tier list. Would make an even longer stream if we ranked every possible intermission. Like fuck. That'd be so many. It's like, what do we say? Like, this intermission to Moo Moo Meadows is better than this intermission to Moo Moo Meadows for this reason. Just feels a bit silly to say, you know?
But deal. That one has like cars.
That one has 2 cows, but this one has 3 cows.
I mean, okay, generally some of the intermissions are pretty cool. Like the ones
Yeah,
that
they are.
like, are like retro, inspired by the retro tracks.
Yeah, like the homage to Vanilla Lake.
What is that? What is it? Haunted House? Go something? Whatever.
The
bridges
boardwalk,
are.
though, that is there.
Yeah, what's the track that's... They put one in course.
Ooh, I don't even remember. I don't remember its name. All right, so I'm thinking for this one C tier. Where is it? Dandelion Depths. I'm thinking a C tier. Dandelion Depths. See, now the tier list is looking more like varied, not just everything
Yeah.
A. Next, we're gonna go to a track that was kind of redeemed, I would say. Sky High Sunday, which was definitely like one of the more hated tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I kind of get, but I've also voiced my disdain for people who are like big Excite Bike fans, and how I've said they don't really have a right to complain about the layout and minimap of Sky High Sunday, considering it's basically Excite Bike, but honestly a little better. I'll stand by that, and I'll fight anyone who disagrees with me.
Yeah. You like fighting.
I like fighting Excite Bike fans. They annoy me. Them and their stupid little track. I have nothing against Excite Bike itself. I just think the people who defend it are really...
But you should have something at Psych Bike itself. It's a horrible game.
Fair. Fair. Isn't it?
What-
Didn't you
what-
once describe it as a game that punishes you for going faster?
Yes, it's a game that if you go fast for too long, you...
That's kind of, yeah, that is kind of ass backwards.
Sky Fight isn't a fucking racing game. It's a Tomodachi simulator where you don't get to ever pause it. It's a Tomodachi, I mean. You do too many jumps, you lose. You go too fast and too straight, you'll lose.
You mean a Tamagotchi?
Fucking- Yeah.
Because Tomodachi is the one with the Mies. A Tamagotchi. Yeah. I feel like in hindsight, a lot of retro games are really fucking frustrating in their control schemes and shit, and the way they play.
Yeah.
In ways that might not be best described as particularly good. We should probably be talking about this track though. How do you think they did on Sky High Sunday here?
I think it's definitely...
I
I think the rails really add stuff.
suppose. I mean, personally, I don't feel that different about it. But then again, I also never had much of a vendetta against Sky Sunday. It's always been kind of a meh track, and even now, it's definitely not an A tier track to me. But I wouldn't say, I'd say it's like a B tier track, you know? I don't know. I'm not one of the people who hate Sky High Sunday. It didn't kill my grandma. Side note, I like that It Killed My Grandma has become like common internet. A common way to say that the hate for something is kind of stupid on the internet. Like, damn,
Yeah.
imagine how stupid a movie scene has to be for it to become like shorthand for this argument and hatred of said of this thing is really dumb and kind of unfounded. Because singing killed my grandma, okay?
Have you
When-
considered
When
that,
is the
have you-
when do we rip off Schaeferillis and do the DreamWorks movie tier list?
I don't know.
Tomorrow. Originally it was gonna be
tomorrow.
Deltarune stream tomorrow, but instead tomorrow is ripping off every video that Schaeferillis has ever made.
Hey, Frillis killed my grandma.
Why would he do this? No, that's crazy. I feel like this is a solid B tier track.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And I guess we should sometimes look back on tracks like this that were in 8 and see how did they rank differently in 8 compared to now. So if we go to 8, where was Sky High Sunday? It was in... is it in B?
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Down from
It's in
ice,
mid.
yeah.
It's in mid B. Wow. I guess it didn't improve. It didn't improve enough. I mean, to be fair, I did just say I didn't feel that much of a difference personally in World versus 8. It looks better, I think. And like the alternate paths, like yeah, that's much better. I don't know, just still Sky High Sunday. By the way, when do you think the next Diddy Kong Racing is?
Probably never.
That makes me really sad. I thought Diddy Kong Racing was going to be the ultimate rival to Mario Kart World. All right, I guess the next obvious stop is Starview Peak. I'm still surprised you didn't think this was a Galaxy reference track.
Yeah, I get it now.
It's her observatory.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look the most like it. Like in shape, yeah. Like
It's basically the
one in
observatory,
Galaxy, yeah, like,
just without the planet under it.
but also the observatory had like wings, like rings and stuff in Galaxy, like around it.
This one does too. We race on them.
I like that. They were lower.
I don't know. I'll need to look up a picture for myself to see later. I thought it was pretty obvious that this was a Galaxy track. I think in hindsight, after playing Rainbow Road, that the fact that these waters kind of reference that, the waters in Rainbow Road, is pretty cool, considering Rosalina's ties to space, you know? I don't know if you ever thought of it that way. This track also reminds me of something kind of weird.
But
It reminds me of the Academy in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like the interior of the Academy.
I kind of see that, yeah.
This track also has some pretty good music. What do you think of the track overall yourself? Like the layout?
I mean, nice. There's not a lot of like picking spots.
It feels kind of basic to me in terms of layout, honestly.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of twists and turns. There's just not a lot of like deviations and other paths. It's just kind of this. And it's just a bit disappointing, you know? I feel like there was there's so much more you could do with this track. There's like it's a Rosalina, it's a Mario Galaxy track. I feel like you could absolutely have more plane sections and whatnot, you know? Have little floating planets in the sky that you race around. I think that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
But instead, it's just kind of this. Crap, I'm about to get messed up. I missed every fucking item box. What the hell? What are we thinking? B tier? Or are you thinking C?
Sure. I'm not sure. Honestly,
think this-
maybe C. It just feels kind of boring.
you know what? I feel like I can agree just because of how kind of disappointing it is. Considering, oh wait, this is the wrong tier list. Ah,
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, okay, you saved it.
we're putting a lot of tracks in C. You know what? I'll raise Faraway Oasis to B. How about that? Starview Peak is just really disappointing, honestly, as like a Galaxy track. Okay, next is one that is definitely like gonna be peak. Boo Cinema. I feel like everyone, when they saw Boo Cinema, and you know what? I'm just gonna change to Waluigi. Because of the reason that I even wanted to play this game. Like, the biggest reason was that one shot of Waluigi riding in Boo Cinema on this bike.
I get that. Also, like, I kind of think they could have done more of a concept of cinema than they ended up.
Yeah, but I still like it overall. So I think the biggest like appeal of Boo Cinema is the intermission section that goes with it. That boardwalk, when you're doing the intermission section with the boardwalk, it adds so much to Boo Cinema. And the way that the boardwalk, that if you're coming from like the track under it, if you're coming from that track to Boo Cinema, the transition, oh, we're doing an intermediate. I guess, you know what? Can we say for some tracks maybe the intermediate section just ties in so much of the track we should count it, or no? Do you think that'd be too unfair?
I don't know, I guess.
I feel like it'll be unfair.
Oh, yeah.
Because for other tracks, that intermission segment could really help them. So, I guess we'll just count Boo Cinema only. So, do we like stop here and start a new one so we can just do 3 laps of Boo Cinema? Or?
Yeah, I guess.
We failed again. We're selling the bag on this stream. It's the worst Mario Kart World ranking ever. It's honestly, James, we should quit. Online play. It's like the 5th time I've created this fucking room. Mariachi Waluigi does go like really hard though. You win? Like, are you getting back in the game?
Yeah, I am. I come in.
All right. Just gotta remember every time to hit plus. Those tricks, though, those tricks that Waluigi does, they got aura, man.
They do?
And probably, like, stinky aura, too, but, like, still. I can't imagine Waluigi smells that good.
Waluigi smells amazing. He has perfect hygiene.
And if you like the stank, that's you can admit that.
No. So you don't got no stank.
Sure, buddy.
Wario got that stank, but Waluigi...
I mean, of course Wario does. The man eats, like, straight up garlic on its own.
Say that like you're not a man who eats onions on their own.
Okay, because onions have, like, an actually good taste, unlike just straight garlic. That's just overwhelming. That was a bit dumb what I did there. Let's not talk about what I did there, you know? Let's talk about the track. In hindsight, yeah, on its own without the intermission part, bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
And I wish that the ghosts were like more of a hazard on the track, you know? I wish that the boos played more of a role than just appearing there. Trace also said he wishes there was actually like more of an animation on the reels than just Peach screaming.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like the concept of like going into the movie is really cool. It's just they don't really do a lot with it. There's like one P switch, or like kind of plays. There's like one P switch in like SchlimboMuffin that like really plays with it creatively. It's like it brings dinosaurs and stuff into the actual like track. That's cool. I wish it did something more like that.
Yeah, you could absolutely like have different movie characters come out into the audience area, you know, and like cause chaos.
Or something. Also, I just feel like there could be more like there's more like trick potential here than flies. Like some pretty fatal things.
No, it's actually pretty like twisty and turny.
I mean, like there's not a lot of like rails or like places they actually like do tricks.
Not really straight.
Well, I don't know what the word to mean.
Land.
I guess.
Oh, okay, fucking way, Toadette. Don't do that. Don't draft me, you bitch. You see why I want to? You see why I want to Blood Eagle her? I can't stand her. I can't stand Toadette.
Okay.
She deserves it. She deserves death. Honestly, I thought this track might be an S tier, but without the intermission, it takes a lot out of it. Kind of drops it, honestly, down to a B, I'd say.
I can agree.
Oh, Boo Cinema, you had so much potential. I mean, there's still, like, a lot of tracks to go through, so... Still more to come. I also wish the cinema wasn't empty. Put Boos in there. Put other ghosts in there.
They do like they hang in the air. Oh, like.
In the audience, I mean.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
This giant audience area, nobody is in there.
Also, I think the seats are down, so it can be better as a bet.
Alright, I'm thinking of what the next path we're going to do is. We're going to go to Acorn Heights. I think this is a reference to New Super Mario Bros. U, all things considered. No.
Maybe.
The bees are from Galaxy, aren't they?
Not these bees.
No, these are from Odyssey, I think.
No,
they aren't. I don't even remember. Okay, I don't remember where the hell these are from. 3D World?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Omni-Man?
Where is man?
Is this good news?
No.
But Mark, this is good news.
Shut up, man. You made a steak.
Yes. I love that meme. I love how he sounds so distressed at the steak he made.
Yeah.
God damn it, I jumped over the fucking item box. I just get so pressed when somebody drafts off of me. I'm like, quit riding my ass. This is probably not going to be the only like version of this ranking we do. In fact, if and when the DLC comes out, we might even redo this, because when that comes out, like, we'll definitely have a lot more time with World to consider our feelings on all of these tracks and whatnot a little more, think through them a bit better.
I just found another use for the feather.
Is it taking shortcuts?
No, it's in when you're in the glider like form. If you get hit, like you can spin out and fall.
Yeah.
The feather, if you use it during that, the feather resets you, so you stop falling.
I didn't know that.
So like, yeah, helps you recover.
Doesn't matter. I just fell off the edge. I screwed up big time.
Actually, I think this back.
I think it's a solid A tier track.
Yeah,
Very
I like
vibrant, the
path.
colors and the diverging paths like you just mentioned. Also the like trick potential, the shortcuts, everything. Oh my fucking god. Who is doing that? Toadette! It's Toadette! It's my op! You think the Cataquecs are bad? You don't know my disdain and utter hatred for Toadette. Every time I play Mario Kart, she just has to be the most insufferable dickhead. A tier? A tier for this track.
Yeah, A tier.
How all of these pictures are accurate. I'm noticing that.
When was this tier list made?
I have no clue. I don't know.
I don't even.
Back to the lobster. Back to Daisy.
Are we eating the lobster with the mobster?
With the mobster?
Yeah.
With like, I don't know, Al Pacino?
Yeah.
What did I do to have dinner with a mobster? To have lobster with a mobster?
Yeah. You said bring it the whole lobster. Brought out the whole ocean.
I actually didn't. I brought out the whole terrarium. He was kind of horrified when I stuck a snake down on his dinner plate. Didn't even order to have me like executed or anything. He was just like, "What the fuck, man? Why would you ask me to eat that?" I was like, I thought everyone liked snake. It was like a delicacy, you know, where I come from. I've never actually heard of anybody eating a snake. Would you eat a snake?
Not really.
All right, now to Mario Circuit.
Mario's.
The actual Mario Circuit.
Not to be that nasty, fucking disgusting Mario Bros. Circuit.
Weren't you just saying earlier that it's a pretty good introductory track?
My words can't be. Yeah, that's not allowed.
I like this track. I just want to say that right now. Especially the idea is kind of novel to me. Of, like, combining a bunch of Mario Bros. Circuits. Because, yeah, they're pretty similar. They feel samey, so use that to your advantage and just create a giant one that has all of them combined. I mean, like, not all of them. It's only got 3, but still. I love tracks that have so many like twists and turns. I love that about this one in particular.
Yeah, I agree. I like this one. It's a good.
I'm honestly thinking like A tier for this track. Oh, it really is proximity based.
Yeah, it was like that in 8 too.
I just blew up DK. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Also, I just realized this is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe theme. Listen to it. I'm pretty sure it is. Or maybe it's just that the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe theme uses the leitmotif.
I don't know.
To be honest, I
not
don't
a-
remember the
I'm
Mario
not-
Kart 8 Deluxe theme very well.
I'm not a music man.
Actually, no. No, it isn't. It isn't the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe theme. I gotta think on it. Oh, A tier? A tier track?
Yeah, 8.
Alright. Next, we're going to a track that I feel really redeemed itself, because I was not a big fan of it at all. I was pretty harsh on it in the original, like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list. I just noticed the like different food designs, and I'm wondering how are there tiers of the lunchbox or tiers of the chocolate bar? I want to go back and see.
Chocolate bar or something. Well, I guess that one just doesn't have a tier.
Okay, now to Moo Moo Meadows. I was iffy about this one coming back because as anyone who's watched the original Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list video knows, I was not a big fan of Moo Moo Meadows. I felt like it was a pretty boring, overrated track. I felt like it was very bland, honestly. I felt like it was too short. I just felt like there wasn't a lot done with the concept of being on a ranch. But this version of Moo Moo Meadows, oh my god, honestly, I love it. And I think this version of Moo Moo Meadows is worthy of an S tier. And to be honest,
An S?
yes, I love this one. Every time I race on it, and it has some of the best intermission segments. Maybe, I mean, like, maybe I should actually play on it, you know? Just it without the intermissions. But, like, I've really enjoyed it. Especially because it's not longer. Like, the track layout isn't different. But it feels longer. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Feels like twice, like 3 times the size. Fuck yeah. Take this. If I ever get the chance to screw over Toadette, I'm taking that. Okay, I guess maybe it is, maybe I'll retract my S tier statement. I think I'm thinking of the barn that you go through as you come in. Like, that's one of my favorite parts. But I feel like this is certainly now an A tier track. I do feel, though, that it was a bit of an odd decision to bring back this one and not the original, like, I think it was Moo Moo. It was another, like, track that had the Moo Moos, the cows. Side note, I think that just calling them cows is so dumb that the character name in the, like, select screen is just cow. I kind of hate that. I wish it was called Moo Moo, because that feels more like a Mario thing, you know? Than just calling it cow. Like, you got Pokies, and you got Buggies, and you got Cataquacks, and you got Conktors, and then you got cow. You have
Yeah,
cows.
but also like none of those other things are real.
Conktors are just birds.
With long necks that strike down.
Do cows look like this in real life, Jimmy?
More similar than a Conktor looks to anything.
Still, I just feel like you could have called these Moo Moos. Where's the harm in calling them that? Aren't the chickens in Legend of Zelda called something else? The cuckoos. They're called cuckoos.
Yeah.
You could call them Moo Moos. Just call them Moo Moos. I feel, though, that this version of Moo Moo Meadows is, like, the best we've gotten. I feel like it's definitely an A tier track. What's a retro track you would like to see return?
I don't know, man.
One that's not from 8 specifically.
Again, I don't really know.
Oh
a
wait,
lot of
well
tracks
you did
outside of
mention Coconut Mall earlier.
8. Yeah.
I don't know. I do wonder if this game could fix Waluigi Pinball. I still don't like Waluigi Pinball. I do still wish the battle mode had its own like unique tracks still. Like again, I get why they didn't. I just kind of wish they did. Now we're going to go to we're going to go to Peach Stadium. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like this track is actually that special or anything, but I really like it. I burned out. Also, is it just me, or does this feel like the kind of track design you would see in 8 that would be like 0G?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, when we do Rainbow Road, I absolutely still think we should do the intermission, especially because the intermission section to Rainbow Road is so short, it's not really going to affect the ranking of it, you know? Just want to do it for the grandiose, like, drama of going to Rainbow Road.
Then we probably should have done this. We're second to last.
No, we can... When you pick a track, like, you pick which part you're starting at for the intermission, and then that track is the end of the intermission. So if I pick Toad Harbor, that's another track that should have come back. If I pick Toad Factory, and I set it to be coming from here to Toad Factory, then it will just start the intermission here and have Toad Factory be at the end. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of Mario Circuit from 8. Do you get it?
Yeah. This is like what happens.
I meant like more the way the track works and looks.
Yeah.
But honestly, objectively, I don't feel like there's anything that special about this track, even if I like it like a decent amount. I can't really point out to you why I like it. I just kind of do. I think it's honestly the twists and turns. But I don't feel like aside from that, there's much else to this track, like aesthetically or anything, you know? I don't feel like there's, like you point out in a lot of some of these, not as many like wall ride segments, not as many like rails.
There are some here. On these, I think there's like a whole top section that are a bit.
That's definitely a rail right there, but I struggle to see how you could easily get there. No, I become the thing I didn't want to be. And I did that for nothing, because I fell off anyway. Damn it. I didn't want to hit the cow. I didn't want to bump into it, so I fell off. Damn you, moo-moos.
I mean, you were trying to fuck anyway where it was a blue shell.
No, I horned it.
I didn't see it.
So, I'm thinking B tier, honestly, for this track. All right. I want to check something on Crown City real quick to see if there is an option for us to play the night version. If not, then we just won't rank it. Yeah, I don't think they could ever really do another Mario Kart game that's not open world, honestly. At the same time, what's going to be the gimmick of the next Mario Kart game? What's it going to have to offer that world won't?
I don't know. They'll think of something.
Yeah, I don't see any option for Crown City Night. So we just won't rank it. All right, now to Choco Mountain. Honestly, I'm going to say this Choco Mountain doesn't really feel very Choco Mountain to me. I'm not feeling the Choco part of this Choco Mountain.
I'm not.
Because I played the one in 8 Deluxe.
I did.
So what do you mean you're not familiar?
With this track specifically.
I don't know, to me it just feels kind of like a mountain. I guess like there's the chocolate like fudge parts like that. Like here. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's the colors don't feel brown enough on the mountain walls themselves for me to be like, oh, that's clearly Choco Mountain. If you'd show that to me, I'd be like, that's just a regular like mesa.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of good shortcuts, I'd say. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know. I feel like this is honestly kind of a C tier track. I should specify. I feel like honestly, most of this tier list is just vibes. I'm like right now, my vibe for this is just like, kind of I'm also personally not feeling the music that much. I do wonder though, so is this actual chocolate and how does that work?
You drink it.
This is not, we are not in Willy Wonka's factory.
What if we were?
I would be worried about legal, you know? The work that the legal team's gonna have to deal with. Considering I'd be expecting a lawsuit sometime soon.
Well, you're not in charge of a factory in it.
Also, this isn't a factory though. It's very clearly like an action, like not BMX, but something similar. You know, hardcore Daredevil stuff. This isn't a factory. This looks like a bog, honestly. I'm feeling like a C tier.
Okay.
Choco Mountain C tier. I still think this game could have been pretty good if you had like bosses to fight in the open world. DS did it, so could World.
I don't know.
Okay, so create a P-switch that confines you into an area that like creates those like hologram barriers and then like summons the boss to fight. Make it a P-switch challenge or something like that. Make it timed for like the challenge. For the difficulty of it. I am probably going to play a little more free roam because I am getting into that thing of like just wanting to drive around. Alright. How are we going to do this? We'll do Dry Bones Burnout as our last one. We'll go to Toad Factory, then Wario Stadium, then Airship Fortress, then Bowser's Castle, and then Dry Bones Burnout.
What a good either.
Yeah, they are. I was kind of excited for Toad Stadium because I don't have a lot of attachment to Wii, but I think like I did play this one on Wii. It was a pretty unique track even then. And also the like little tricks and whatnot that you've shown me that you can do in this make this track like really good because this track lends itself a lot to those like shortcuts and tricks and like wall riding and like what is it? Rail riding. I don't know the word. Skating?
I guess.
Also, the music is pretty good. Get out of here, fake Daisy. And especially like this one feels way more hectic when you're in those like packs, you know? This is one of those tracks that's so good for the like hectic, manic vibe of Mario Kart World's like item distribution. I also like the lore that they gave it with the P-switch that kind of confirms this is basically where the items for the Mario World are made.
I haven't seen.
Why will I get Blue Shell when I get into first place, but nobody else?
Because Big Shiggy hates.
What did I do?
Haven't spent enough money.
Alright, I'll sell my firstborn. That doesn't exist yet. So I can have enough money to give it all to Big Shiggy.
Exactly the problem about things. You gotta start selling what you already got.
Alright, I'll sell my heart. I know.
Yeah, that's
you know,
better.
who needs that to live? I mean, most people at Nintendo corporate don't.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
I specify Nintendo corporate because I actually think Nintendo game the game dev part of Nintendo, I think they're actually kind of awesome. The Nintendo corporate god.
What are we thinking?
I think this is an S tier track, dude.
I agree. I really like it.
This is
Very
such a good track. It's got basically everything that makes a good track. Now for a track that I think was pretty controversial. A lot of people had mixed feelings on how Mario Kart World really cut down on Wario Stadium. But I get why Mario Kart World did this, you know? It's a long track. And it might be a little too long. Especially if you're already coming from an intermission segment, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to sneeze, but it won't come out. There we go. It came out. Yay. Bit disappointed that Land wasn't actually in World after all.
Yeah.
Would you eat shrimp with a pimp?
Nah, I don't like him.
But you would eat monster with a you would eat lobster with a monster.
Yeah.
Would you eat monster with a lobster?
No, I don't eat monsters. I'm not delicious.
Would you eat pimp with a shrimp?
No, I already said no.
No, but not with a pimp. Would you eat the pimp with a shrimp?
No, I don't like eating.
That's not true. Not true. I doubt it. You're a cannibal. I don't know, how we feeling on Wario's Stadium?
I like it.
I'll admit, track layout's kind of basic though.
Well, there's actually a lot of opportunity. There's not obvious. What a bit you can fall right on. I could use stuff like
Yeah.
here.
Gotta think of more. We gotta think of more stuff to say, man. Though I do think it's because we're both a little tired. It is late. So I don't know. I just don't feel like there's a lot to say about this one.
I like it. I think it has a deep. I like.
I don't think this is really higher than B.
I don't know.
I think it's inner. I think this is a case where the intermission section kind of heavily carries this track.
I don't really know what's in
it. Why didn't I turn there? I turned. I definitely did. Or maybe I just thought I did. It's probably that. I need to lock in. I'm falling behind. I'm about to get 3rd place. They just some fuck ass boo just took my feather. I don't know. I'm not feeling this one a lot. I feel like this is more of a B tier track.
Okay.
Also, just like, I don't know what really feels like it separates it from other, like Waluigi Stadium, for example. Like, it just doesn't feel that special to me. And 64 Wario Stadium. I think maybe it would have actually been a little more fun if it was, like, longer in the way like a lot of people wish it was. I remember a lot of people were excited for Airship Fortress, was it? And I don't know. I personally, I kind of don't like the turn parts on it. They're a little annoying to me because I sometimes have skill issues. That's what I said. Yeah. Oh my god, looking at Bowser's Castle in the distance looks so good. Airship Fortress. I think this is from DS.
Yeah.
The intermission segment from Airship Fortress, but the intermission sections between Airship Fortress, Bowser's Castle, and Bone Dry Dunes are actually like pretty good. I burned out again.
Been doing that a lot.
I still haven't fully decided what my favorite track in World is, I think. None of them just hit me like Berlin Byways did. My love. That was a bit crazy what I just did. I got this entire squad here. Hold on a little longer. Ah, damn it. Oh my god. I'm getting fucking bumped into the wall by Bowser, this asshole. Yeah, I'm just going a bit crazy when I get up against the wall. Kind of weird. What are you thinking of Airship Fortress?
I like it. It's heavy.
What do you mean by that?
It has a lot of rails, a lot of stuff in it.
Bro, one thing I don't like is how basically since a lot of it is roofed, basically half of the track is kind of lightning proofed. God, this tower segment is... I know, just a bit annoying to me sometimes. I do think it is cool, the concept of riding through an airship. Due to like how big their presence is in Mario Kart, in Mario games in general. Take that banana. I did not deserve that win, but I took it anyway.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'll give it an A. I'll give this one an A tier. I don't know if it's quite S tier to me. Bro's not fighting. Bro's not adding much at all.
I'm adding when I feel I have something to say. I agree with A. I think it's a nice track. It has the rails add a lot of there's a lot of jumping between rails.
I'm honestly gonna remove
I
F
think
tier
the
because
aesthetic's very.
I kind of want to remove F tier because I don't feel like any of these are F tier. You know.
Yeah.
3 more tracks.
500 cigarettes.
That makes no sense in reference.
That does. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but it connects in no way to anything we've been talking about.
That it's
I
similarly.
think you just like the 500 cigarettes meme too much.
You're the one who brought it up first time.
I did not.
Earlier today.
That was earlier today. That had nothing to do with the current conversation.
Yeah, well, I just.
Bro
Yeah, you
wants
said-
funnier
you said,
streams, but won't put out original humor for the streams. Come on, turn into a stand-up comic.
I need some input.
Nah, just do it.
Okay.
Come on. Give us
Yeah.
something funny. Give us something funny to laugh at.
You give us something to laugh at. You're Mr. SchlimboMuffin.
No.
Okay.
I order the dance, my jester.
I'm a jester.
Really stalled there. I
Oh.
kind of full moment. I was just not going forward much at all.
Bowser's Castle.
You say that like this isn't legitimately one of the best Bowser's castles.
Yeah, I did. I'm introduced to the topic. Say stuff about it.
Is it cooler in spectacle than the 8 Bowser's castle? Yes. Well, I feel like it does more with the Bowser statue than it does with the Bowser cloud here. And I'm realizing now why all of these tracks are short is mainly because of the intermission. Then, like, to that, I would say, why not just have shorter intermissions and longer tracks instead of longer intermissions and shorter tracks? What?
I fuck. Do you know you could take the chains at the beginning, like right after?
I don't
Start of a
think I
track.
know what you're talking about.
Right at the beginning of a track, before you enter that place that like where the hallway splits, you can take the chains up to the inside, to, like the roof.
God, get out of the lava, get out of the lava. Oh my god.
I like
No,
this bit
out,
where
get out.
I like this bit where you got the flame trails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
those
the
chains.
yeah, but the chains right before. Yeah, there.
I fucked it. And I am in 5th. I fucked it again.
Wow.
I just ran straight into a wall.
And then there's that massive shortcut someone found, like using large jump with it.
I can't remember where that was, though. It's so confusing to see.
It's right at the end of the hallway section, the charge jump with a mushroom. You have to go through the right side, I think, at the angle, correct?
I don't know if I'll ever get that good.
Yeah. I like this bit with the blue flames. Go a lot faster. We're on it right now.
Those are not blue. Those, all the fire is orange.
On your car.
That's just drifting.
No. There are sections in certain tracks like this one where blue flames will spit out the end of your car constantly and you'll go much faster than normal. It's on this track and Rainbow Road.
What
And
is
I think
bro
like a
on?
couple others. Look at back up, rewind. It was literally happening.
Get a load of this guy. Crazy.
Yeah, see? Blue flames.
That is
Bruh.
like the most unnoticeable thing ever.
Literally not.
I have never seen that. I've never noticed that.
Okay. Well, maybe you should, because it sounds like your 2 favorite tracks in this game. Also the ranking. How'd I gotta do that?
Yeah, do we think this is an S tier track?
I kinda think so.
I guess I'll give it like a low S tier. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it. I think it's a pretty good Bowser's Castle track. It's just, I feel like there's a little more they could have done.
I don't know.
Maybe I just
Fry
need
bones?
to get used to the length of Mario Kart World tracks being shorter. I want to be honest. not that into Dry Bone Circuit either.
I like this.
Meh, the aesthetic is cool, I guess. But like, eh. I just haven't had that track that just gets me, that just really hits me like Berlin Byways did. Oh my beauty, my wonderful Berlin Byways. That's a lie too, I guess, because I felt pretty strongly about Rainbow Road. Though, side note, I also find it kind of a weird contrast that Rainbow Road is so long when every other track is so short, you know?
Yeah.
I got pushed off the road. And I just realized, seeing Toadette do it, that you can use the star to take shortcuts through lava and stuff like that. I know you're being genuine. You sounded very sarcastic. Yeah, you should be. Never learn things again.
I will.
Ever. I kind of wish it was easier to go into the under section there. To fly into it. I kind of don't like how it feels like the flight paths are fully predetermined. I'm doing pretty bad here. I'll give this track like an A tier. Like, admittedly, it's got a lot of good like winding paths and a lot of good divergent paths. It's got good like opportunities for rail riding and wall tricking and whatnot. Also, I mean, the like Dia de los Muertos theming that this track has going on. And I did so poorly in this, coming out in 7th. But that's fine. We can move on to the actual best track in this game. I think we can both agree that Rainbow Road, coming up, is just something fucking special, even amongst other Rainbow Roads in the series. Do you think the 11-year wait for Mario Kart World was worth it?
Wasn't quite 11 years. Let's be honest. Like, when was the last booster course?
I'd say 11 years because, yeah, new tracks and whatnot, but overall not new game.
So, like, when I think of, like, the most, like, some of the best moments of the game and, like, how much I'm playing it, that came from...
If you just count from Mario Kart 8, it's been 11 years.
Yeah, but I think that's a little disingenuous.
I don't think it is, because the mechanics aren't different, and that's what I care the most about.
Of course, still added new mechanics for tracks.
Like?
Half pipes.
What?
Half pipes, they're a thing in Wii. They weren't in 8. They were brought back for Wii tracks and some other tracks, too.
I have no recollection of half pipes in 8 Deluxe.
They're in...
Unless you show me some footage, I'm not believing you on this.
They're in DK Summit. They're in Wario's gold mine at the wall.
Okay, 8D Half-Life. Oh, that's not a
Yeah.
new. That's not a new feature. That's an element of the track design. And even then, that's not
Yeah,
that
what's the
unique of. That's not even that good of an addition to the track design, considering most of the time it's faster to not take the half pipe. So no, I'm counting from the release of 8 to World as like the wait for a fully new Mario Kart game. You wouldn't tell me if Smash like got new DLC that, oh, that's basically a new Smash game.
Okay, yeah, because Smash DLC doesn't double the available content in the game.
Mario
If the
Kart
Smash
DLC isn't like Splatoon DLC or like how Shadow of the Erdtree is as DLC, where it's basically an entire new, it's an entire other game on top of the one that's already there. Because when Mario Kart creates a sequel, they add new gameplay features and stuff like that. And World is way more different to Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe than 8 Deluxe and its booster course were to Mario Kart 8. Granted, yeah, 8 Deluxe did add like secondary item boxes and stuff like that. But it was very minor stuff. Not on the level of a new game from jumping to like 7 to 8 or Wii to 7 and DS to Wii and then like just every other Mario Kart game to each other. I'm not counting that as like a new Mario Kart game. Is it good to tithe? Is it good to tithe the fandom over as they wait for the next Mario Kart game? Yeah. Is it the same as a new Mario Kart game? No, and it shouldn't be counted as such.
I'm not saying to count as a Mario Kart game. It's just I think it's disingenuous to say we've been 11 years without any new Mario Kart. Then we've been starved
8 years.
for content.
11 years of 8 is a lot. It is. As someone who's 200 something hours into 8 and already was getting pretty tired of it, I can tell you it's a lot. I can't imagine being stuck with only that for like 8 years. I mean, 11 years.
I mean, you didn't really get into one. Worse.
And that's my point. I'm already tired of Mario Kart 8 and the booster course. I can't imagine what it was like for actual Mario Kart fans who are highly devoted to the series to wait those 11 years since 8 came out for Mario Kart World. Yeah, new tracks are nice, but I'd say the novelty of a new track kind of lasts only for like a few months at most. I'm saying it's not comparable to the full wait between actual games. Because again, like the difference between Double Dash and Wii is drastic. I mean, Double Dash and DS, because DS came out after Double Dash, I'm pretty sure. Like that's a big difference.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm counting
after.
That's why I'm counting 11 years, because it's the difference between drastically different Mario Kart titles instead of just having 8. God damn it, this red shell. 3 fucking red shells on me. What is your problem?
Also, I don't know. I wouldn't really say.
Of course it's Toadette! If you can,
Like-
kick her ass for me.
Okay. I don't know. To me, really, like the DS 7 and 8, they kind of all have the same mechanic.
No, they don't. In fact, DS is like 7 is the one that is, if anything, the most similar to 8. Fucking DS had snaking as the main component, and you couldn't really like drifting wasn't as big in DS, and it wasn't as easy to do in DS. Like It didn't feel the same way as it does in 8, I mean. You also didn't have the gliders. You didn't have the 0G that 8 has. You didn't have the ability to ride underwater. 7 introduced so much stuff. And drafting. You couldn't draft. No, DS is nothing like 8.
Okay, I just...
Also, we spent more time talking about Mario Kart as a series and the weight than the actual Rainbow Road itself.
Well, let's talk about it now, I guess.
I don't feel like there's a lot I haven't already said that it's the best Rainbow Road in the entire Mario Kart series. I don't think any other Rainbow Road ever made in Mario Kart compares to this one. Not just due to its sheer length, but due to the variety in this Rainbow Road. You're not just riding along one like single Rainbow Road. It feels like you're riding upon a series of Rainbow Roads. Fuck, it took the space station aesthetic that 8-Bow Road had, and just kind of like just went. I don't want to. Okay, I guess I'll leave the thing because I don't want to. We don't want to continue. We're done with the races. I'm just gonna close the game.
I guess put it where it belongs.
Yeah, it's definitely at the top. This Rainbow Road is definitely the best. I think it's honestly one of the best tracks ever made in Mario Kart. You said you disagreed with that sentiment.
No, I disagreed that it's the best part. I disagree that it's the best track in all of Mario Kart.
Yes, that's what I just said.
Oh, you said the best Rainbow Road.
No, I just said
is.
I also think it's the best track in all of Mario Kart.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't feel like any track really offers anything in the same way that this Rainbow Road does. Also because this is undeniably the longest track ever made in Mario Kart.
It is, but also like if the things you enjoy in this game are like the rails and the tricking and like the combos, you don't really get a lot of that from this Rainbow. It's about speed and turns, and if you like that, which you do, I know you do. Yeah, it's a great track.
That's the theme of Rainbow Road. Like, you introduce a lot of walls and whatnot, then the threat of falling off of it, which is like one of the most notorious things about Rainbow Road, isn't really there anymore. So that's what...
You can still, like with how they've done other tracks, you can still definitely make a Rainbow Road that has those features where still if you mess up, you'll fall off pretty easy.
I don't know, I personally think it is one of the best, if not the best, tracks ever in Mario Kart. But now we gotta rearrange these tracks. Desert Hills, we've ranked it as the worst track in Mario Kart World. Now I guess we'll do what we did last time where we asked, would I rather play this than this? I think I'd rather play Starview Peak than Dandelion Depths and DK Pass, and I honestly gave it a high C tier. I think I'd rather play DK Pass than like Koopa Troopa Beach, but I think I'd rather play Koopa Troopa Beach than Dandelion Depths.
Okay.
Are you gonna like? I'm asking for your input here too.
I agree. I might put Koopa a bit higher, I guess.
Because you said you didn't really like enjoy Koopa Troopa Beach as much.
I think it's a very short track, but it's not like a horrible one. Yeah, I guess the ranking's fine.
I'd rather play. I'll take Wario Stadium over Peach Stadium, and honestly Boo Cinema. I think I'd rather take Sky High Sundae over that, but Faraway Oasis over that, and above that Peach Beach. Definitely over Crown City, and I'll put Faraway Oasis over Crown City. And honestly, no, yeah, I'll leave it like that. I think Whistletop Summit is still over Crown City, but I think Mario Bros. Circuit is kind of under, like, Boo Cinema, but above Peach Stadium, I'd say. Airship... Moo Moo Meadows has to be one of the best tracks, I'd say. I'd say I'd put it, like, high A tier, though I think Salty Salty Speedway of these is, like, one of the better tracks. I think Shy Guy Bazaar, like... I would rather it than Salty Salty Speedway, I guess. Moo Moo Meadows over Salty Salty Speedway, though. I don't think so. Airship Fortress over Mario Circuit, would you say?
Yeah.
Over Acorn Heights. I don't think it'd be above Cheep Cheep Falls. Dino Dino Jungle I think is above Cheep Cheep Falls, and honestly I feel like it's kind of above DK Spaceport. Would you say it's above Moo Moo Meadows?
Which is Dino Dino?
Yeah, Dino Dino
yeah,
Jungle.
I would.
Alright, now to the S tier ones. I think Toad's Factory is like right under Rainbow Road as the second best track in the game. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And I think under that, I think Great Block Ruins is a pretty solid third S tier. I am actually kind of second. Wait, this was supposed to be A tier, not S tier. Dry Bones Burnout is supposed to be A tier, not S tier. Where does it go in A tier, do you think?
I think that.
All right. Should Bowser's Castle be above Wario Shipyard?
I think so. I think so.
I really enjoy the water of Wario Shipyard a little more, and I feel like with Wario Shipyard, it's so many diverging paths and whatnot, and so much going on that I lose my place. But I kind of like that aspect of it. Like I can't even sometimes tell where I am on the track, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Bowser's Castle, to me, feels a little more formulaic, you know? Like, it feels like structured in more of a way than Wario Shipyard is, but I feel like that lack of structure for Wario Shipyard is part of the charm of it. I guess with that, because we're not going to rank Crown City Night, I guess we're done with our Mario Kart World track ranking. Just for everyone to see, here is our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track ranking, all 96 tracks here. And if you want to actually see us go in depth on that video, you can go back and you can watch part 1 and 2 of our tier list on that video. I mean, on that video, on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And this is our tier list for Mario Kart World. We're definitely going to be back in the future if and when Mario Kart World releases DLC. We're going to be doing another tier list of that. And maybe we'll even redo this tier list after a few more hours of Mario Kart World. See how our feelings on these tracks change. But with that being said, thanks everybody for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see y'all in the next one.